Welcome to Tacoma, Washington, where the Tacoma Grizzlies play host to the Lincoln Rattlesnakes here in week 8 of the SFLm regular season. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Joining me as the analyst this week, Rochelle Colston.
Good evening, Colin. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm looking forward to seeing a matchup between two teams well eliminated from the playoff picture can go into off-season with positive momentum or negative momentum, depending on the outcome.
Teams are both 2-5, so, they can just move up one in the ranking. They're competing for number 6 and number 7, so whoever wins this one will be number 6 or 7.
We have the number 1 rushing offense in Lincoln versus the dead last in rush defense of Tacoma. Should be an interesting one.
Indeed.
And the Rattlesnakes will kick off to the Grizzlies to begin the game. Topher Kiefler, kickoff for Lincoln, and we're underway. The turn up the middle, down at the 26 is where the Grizzlies will begin. King Jackson at quarterback, Rochelle.
Yep. I'm not sure if we'll see a really defensive game or a really offensive game here.
J.B. Elliott is the running back. Rob Hunt, Lily Nakai, Bob Lung, and the offensive tackle is Max Van Liege. Here's the give to Elliott up the middle, and he is tackled after a 2-yard gain to the 28-yard line.
That bad play on first down. Get your running back started.
Anthony Robertson, Charles Michael are the defensive linemen. Demetria Montezuma, Jason Clay, and TJ Harper are the linebackers for Lincoln. We'll get to the rest of the secondary after this play. Jackson, under center, back to throw. Sets, fires down the middle, caught for the first down. To the 44-yard line is Nakai.
We need a guy with another catch. One of the female players on the field tonight.
Ball in the Grizzly 44. Jackson back to throw, has a clean pocket, fires. Ooh, that's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete. And for Lincoln defensively in the secondary, Jonte Jordan, Fugo Gaipan are the corners, and a pair of two-way players are playing at safety. Ham Anderson at free safety, JJ Spitek is the other free safety, and Luke Swift is at strong safety. 2nd and 10 Jackson, under center, back to throw. Finds a receiver across the middle to the 48. Set up a 3rd and 6. That's Nakai on the reception.
But now we have 3rd and 6. So the playbook's pretty wide open. Not having, seen a lot of passing from Tacoma so far.
The Grizzlies. And the empty shotgun trips to the bottom. Jackson goes to the outcut to the tight end. And it's long, but it'll be 2 yards short of the stick, tackled at the 48. It'll be 4th and 2.
So, on their opening drive, they're forced to punt here, Colin.
Not exactly the way they wanted to start, although it looks like the offense is on the field for the moment.
Will they actually snap it, though? That is the question.
Play clock at 10, now under 10. And they call a timeout.
If you're gonna do the hard count, now's the time to do it. Do it in the first half where the game's on the line and you wasted the time out, but putting a game left to go.
The coach is not happy with Jackson there about having to burn a timeout. See the punting unit on. And for the Rattlesnakes, well, Logan Lee, he's proved to be the SFLm's top ground gainer.
Yeah, see if they can pin them deep here. If they're on the 48-yard line with the punt, so.
On his way, fielded. But before the 20 get wrapped up at the 15. He's the returner for Lincoln. That is number 83 out there. Kenny Slider along with Logan Lee at the tailback position. He is Kane Hunter at fullback. Willie Tabor Jr., John Fullerton at wide receiver. Brian Murphy is the tight end. Here's Slider back to throw. Pass tipped in the air, incomplete. Nice deflection on the play. That was Carver out there, number 41.
A little bit of a dangerous pass there, Colin. Every see those tip balls in the air, it's anybody's game there.
Dangerous indeed as Carver knocked the pass away. I believe that was intended for... That was Fullerton out there, closest man to it. Defensive tackle for Tacoma. Along the front is Jason Bourne. Justin Thibodeau is the defensive end. Matt Brown, Jacob Creech are the linebackers. Angel Maldonado, Nato Matthews are the corners. As Lee gets it up the middle, and he'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Setting up a 3rd and 10. Remington James, King Bradshaw, Tiger Clay, and Shepard Varkarian are the safeties. James and Clay are two-way players. 3rd and 10 Slider. Adjusts the play from the shotgun. He's back to throw. Has time, fires down the field. Incomplete. So we'll get an exchange of punts. As James is the closest man in blue shirt to it. Start out the first quarter here, Ray.
Now this time I think Tacoma should get pretty decent field position. They're punting, within their own 15-yard line, so that's the difference here.
Hunter standing at exactly his goal line. So you're right.
Ooh, they went after him too.
Oh, nearly got a block out of it, and this punt will be fielded and returned up to the 48. So the Grizzlies get good field position just on the other side of the 50.
This is where they punted from last possession, so they're starting off a lot better.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. SFL, we put the fan in fantasy as Nakai goes down the sidelines and is deep into Lincoln territory, knocked out of bounds at the 20. Nice move after the catch.
Yeah, what a great move. I thought she was going out of bounds, being a quick little move. Great field presence and a great way to catch the ball and move the ball up the field. Nice.
Another look at the spin. The defender completely whipped on the play. And the Grizzlies are in the driver's seat here early. As they got 1st and 10 from the Rattlesnake 20. First Lincoln is number 1 in terms of points allowed again. 26 coming into today. I formation. Deep back is out. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your picture. Blitz being shown by Lincoln. They back out of it, however, and Jackson will throw it in the end zone. Touchdown! That's Nick High.
Nick High's been a big target tonight. She's really quite impressive, actually. She got behind her defender and just went up and got the ball.
So head coach Jalen Wells' team strikes first.
And we have a new kicker, a week 7 signing, Wyatt Anthony.
Always exciting to see these new guys. He's on the field for his first extra point attempt. Of course, everybody in the majors is looking for a kicker, and his first extra point is up and good with 7:17 to go in the first. Tacoma's in front, 7-0. And Anthony set to kick off to a Lincoln offense that went 3 plays and a punt. First time they had the ball, now they're down by 7. Return up the middle, spinning across down to 30.
He's just starting off in better field position this time, Colin. Last time it was 15, now they're starting on their own 30. So they're, that's much better field position for them to start off with.
Yeah, they'll definitely have more room to operate. Have yet to pick up any yardage, both in the positive direction or the negative direction. Still 0 yards. The slider turns, gets to Logan Lee. Up the middle, breaks the tackle. Picks up 5 on that carry.
Nice play on first down, picking up 5 yards. Now second, very manageable here.
Lincoln, of course, on the ground averages 133.6 coming in. And sliders under center has a tight end flexed out, 2 wide receivers. And here's to get the lead again. Spins and picks up a first down at the 41. And for Mike O'Neill so far, calling the offensive plays, he's got a good sequence going.
I like these 2 runs. Getting 5 yards to carry right here, so he's doing his job with a hole. Great blocking up front.
Head coach is Mike All, defensive coordinator Chris Porter. Slider. And his team up, 1st and 10 from the 41. Splitbacks again. Here's to give up the middle. This is Lee, and Lee explodes. This time for 9 yards, tackled exactly at the 50.
We're having a Lee show here. That's his 3rd carry in a row for positive yardage.
Had 1 carry in the first drive, didn't gain any yards. But like you said, Ray, 3 carries, all for positive yards. Sets up a 2nd and 1. Will they go 4 for 4? Yes, they will. Lee, go! He almost got the first down, but he says just the tip of the football away from first down. Good tackle out there.
I think we're going to see Lee again here.
Why not? They haven't quite stopped it until that previous play there.
Yep, there he goes.
Lee up the middle, first down to the 47. You see his early average yards per carry, 4.6.
And if Tacoma's going to win the night, he's going to find a way to stop Lee.
Again, they line up with 2 tight ends, split backs, 1 receiver to the bottom. And again, they go to the run, but this time the Grizzlies penetrate and make the stop for the loss at the 48, loss of 1. Nice tackle out there by Jacob Creech.
Yeah, I think Lee's getting a little gassed out here. They got to give him a break and throw a pass here. He can't become one-dimensional here.
Slider's got big targets on the outside with receivers both at 6'4 and a 6'5 tight end. Changes the play. And they'll go to a pass. 3-step drop up in the middle, slant, caught. This is Tabor Jr. to the 38 to set up a 3rd and short. Nice play call.
And that time he got rid of the ball quickly, found his open receiver. Picked up about 8 yards.
So it's up a 3rd and 2 from the 38. split backs again with Kane and Lee in the backfield. Give to Lee one more time. He doesn't make it. Creech gets the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And another punt here for Lincoln on a drive that was so promising just a few minutes ago.
Then they were moving the ball really well with Lee, then suddenly Tacoma found a way to stop Lee up the middle, which is another punt.
Here's Casey on the punt. Fair catch being called. They'll spot it at the 10.
This is Tacoma's worst starting field position of the night so far.
Let's see if King Jackson can lead his team out of the shadow of their own end zone. They got a couple big pass plays to Nakai to get him down deep, and she finished it in the end zone. Here they start 1st and 10 from the 10 in an empty shotgun set. 5 wide receivers. Jackson, back throw, clean pocket, over the middle, catch made. Ooh, but a wicked hit across to the 24-yard line for the first down as Oswald pulls that in.
Just a quick little route up through the middle. Found himself, heavy traffic, but there was 2 receivers in the area. He threw the ball and where only his receiver could catch it.
As a DB, Ray, you had to be impressed by that hit and the ability of the receiver to hang on to that ball.
Well, I love big hits by safeties or quarterbacks.
Jackson changes the play to line of scrimmage, 4 wide. 3-step drop, fires out again. This is caught. This is Rob Hunt. His first reception picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
I just know the difference between the two offenses. The Tacoma's real pass heavy, Lincoln's real run heavy. It'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, definitely a contrast for sure in styles. As the Rattlesnakes come out in a nickel defense. 3 wide for the Grizzlies. Back to throw is Jackson. Steps up, has to dump it down, and it's dropped. That's Elliott. He was open, but he was unable to come up with a reception. Ball hit him right in the hands, Ray.
Lucky, he bobbled up ball and fell to the ground. Usually when something like that happens, it usually becomes an interception. Because he's kind of lucked out there.
Jackson trying to convert a 3rd down. Again, they go at 4 wide. Grizzlies counter with the standard 4-3 defense. Throw out.
Ooh, nice play.
Down, impressive by the linebacker. That is TJ Harper out there, and the Grizzlies will be forced to punt away again. I tell you what, Rochelle, this defense of Lincoln's definitely come to play. Let's see if the offense can continue its good mojo from their last drive that stalled out.
They need to find a way to get to the ball to the end zone. They need some points at this point.
Down by 7 as we're approaching just over 2 minutes left in the quarter as the return will net the Rattlesnake field position starting at the 36. Slider under center. He's completed 1 pass so far. It's been the Logan Lee show on the ground. Although Lee, after some early momentum, had some trouble. And he'll start this off and end up picks up 5, much like the last drive started.
Yeah, I think on the opposite side, Tacoma hasn't run the ball hardly at all either. So it's like the opposing offenses are totally different.
2nd and 5 from the 41. Here they break the huddle. We got a split back formation with 2 tight ends. This is paired to one side of the formation. Here's to get to Lee. Flies ahead for only a pickup of 1. That's his 9th carry so far. Gains just 27 yards. Carver again on the tackle, setting up a 3rd and 4.
See what the defense does here. We're going a 4 wide receiver set here.
They got a man to the bottom by itself. They toss it out to Lee, and he doesn't get there. They say got one. Needed 4 though. Questionable decision there as Brown ends up on the tackle, and another quick 3 and out for Lincoln.
Yeah, when I saw the 4 receivers, I thought for sure they were going to actually pass the ball this time, but I was fooled.
They tried to outflank them with a toss play, something we don't see very much in the majors. But in the minors, a little more experimentation. That time the experiment backfired as the return gets up to the 22-yard line, where the Grizzlies will start.
And those toss plays usually aren't very effective. We tried it a few times. It doesn't work really well.
Here's King Jackson on offense. Comes on an I formation. JB Elliott has yet to touch the ball. Although I had one pass thrown to him in which he dropped. 7-step drop from Jackson. Deep down the middle for a post. Knocked in the air. Incomplete. Defender had perfect position. Ham Anderson, the free safety, knocked that away.
He's a big 2A player from Indianapolis, actually.
6'2", 220 pounds, showing great recognition and break on the ball as the pass was intended for Nakai there. It'll be a 2nd and 10. Early numbers, sparkling for Jackson. 95 yards in the touch. Offset eye. Here's the get to JB Elliott, his first carry, and he's still fresh. Picks up 8 yards. Set up a 3rd and 2. Most likely will be the last play of the quarter. We'll see.
They finally give the ball to Elliott. I was beginning to think he's going to pass the ball all night, Colin.
Set up a 3rd and 2. Let's see if they get this off before the quarter will expire. They will. It'll be a 3-step drop by Jackson over the middle. Catch made. That is Bob Lung, the tight end, split out wide. First down to the 45 for the big 6'4" tight end.
And with a big target in the middle of the field, trust that he can catch the ball, and he sure did. There was nobody around him. Really was wide open.
End of the first quarter. Tacoma in front 7-0. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Rochelle Colston is my analyst. Cameron Irvine, our executive producer. Here in Tacoma, Washington, where the hometown Grizzlies are in front 7-0. 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson over the middle. Shallow underneath pattern. Caught for a 4-yard gain. That's Nakai, her 5th reception on 6 targets. As the ball's now marked at the 49.
Well, Nakai sure seems to be Jackson's favorite target so far tonight.
I formation. Elliott's got the one carry in this drive. He goes on for a pass pattern. Jackson looks his way, but he stepped out of bounds around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It sets up a 3rd and 5.
And the ball kind of let him out of bounds there, Colin. He didn't have much of a choice. He made the reception, but he's been minimum carry to the sideline.
Sets up a 3rd and 5 from the 50. Need to get to the Lincoln 45 to continue this drive and line up with a bunch to the bottom. One wide out to the top. Jackson goes toward the bunch side. Hunt catches it for the 1st down. Well past it, and it will be marked down at the 39-yard line for the 1st.
Last time they ran that play was a toss to the to the halfback. This time they decided to throw the ball up the field and got themselves a 1st down.
There's Hunt matched up against Brown, number 24 for Lincoln. Elliott the offset back. He'll go out for a pass back to Jackson. Finds Hunt again, but this
Late
time
hit.
Brown landed on top of him after he'd already been down. That should be a tack on.
That's the last thing you want to do there was make a late hit.
Get a personal foul call from R62 in the offending party. Number 24. Let's see it again.
Shante Jordan with the late hit.
Right there, he's down by, that was number 20 there for Lincoln. He had already touched him down technically, but Jordan landed right on top of Hunt. That's an easy flag.
For the first time, I think Tacoma's in the red zone. The second time tonight in the red zone, sorry.
Here's Elliott on his second carry, but he fumbled the ball, and Lincoln will fall on top of it. Oh my goodness. I think it was Marco Swift who might have forced the fumble or recovered the fumble. Let's see.
I think that's Luke Swift.
Luke Swift.
Yes.
Only the 8th turnover all year. And a -7 turnover differential coming in. But right now they're +1 and have the ball in their own 11 with 9:19 to go.
Very disheartening when you're in the red zone and something like that happens. It's a momentum changer for sure.
10 carries, 28 yards for Logan Lee so far. The SFLm's 8th ranked rush defense is certainly not playing like it. Here's the throw out to the fullback.
Nice move.
No, that's Lee. He gains 3 yards on the swing pass by making a little spin move to the 14.
And they actually had him dead stop in the backfield, and he just spun his way out of that tackle and gained 3 yards out of it.
So on Elliott's second carry of the ball game, he fumbles. That'll be an interesting subplot. A slider goes underneath. That's Fulton, who steps out of bounds at the 27. They run a little play action, Rochelle, and they get the tight end wide open underneath.
And great play and great presence on the field. Know where he is. Oh, I think he stepped out of bounds before that.
He did pick up the first down, but he thought he didn't step out as he continued running once he hit the white area. Brian Murphy. 6'5", 250 pounds. He's not on the field this play as they go 4 wide receivers. Definitely a pass from Slider, perhaps. No, they run the toss with Lee, and Lee, unable to get out of the backfield, will lose 2 yards. Creech again, along with Bourne, in on the tackle.
It's the second time that pass play didn't work out very well for them. I think they need to stop trying to do that.
Tried to almost pitch it forward to him. Trying to cross him up by running out of the shotgun. Here Lee again gets the carry, and this time he'll gain positive yardage to the 30. Sets up a 3rd and 7, and boy, Lincoln desperately has to sustain the drive rate because I imagine their defense is dog tired.
Definitely, and that time, Lincoln stacked the box. I mean, Tacoma stacked the box, and they still managed to find a hole for Ellie at the middle. For Lee up the middle, sorry.
Right, here they go at a pass, and Slider has all day, throws underneath, but the receiver dropped the ball. Only one receiver was running short, and he probably could have gotten the first down had he hung on to the ball, but instead, it'll be another punt attempt for Gussie.
If you're a receiver, you have to catch that. That was thrown right to you.
Hit him right between the 1 and the 7. Glenn Calvin, number 17, didn't get it. Gussie punts it away. Returned up to the 36, where the Grizzlies will take over. Liking the game so far? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As the SFL approaches its 20th anniversary season, there's so much more content to come. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Boy,
And we have the
10 years. It's hard to
we
believe.
have the SFLm playoffs and the championship game, and then we have the draft.
As Elliott takes the carry on the first play of the drive, and Luke Swift, who forced the fumble, makes the tackle. Good blocking out there.
Definitely good blocking. Look at number 47 come and make another block there. Elliott should be good to go. He's had very few carries so far. The last, making up for that fumble last time.
Jackson, quick out. This is Hunt. He started to heat up a little bit as the tackle is made out there by Jordan. At the 46, first down, Tacoma.
Those cornerbacks, he did play a little bit further up. They're giving them way too much room on the sidelines there.
Yeah, I admire the attempt to rally to the ball carrier, but you're right, they did give him a little too much cushion out there. As the Grizzlies will empty the backfield, 4 wide. Jackson 7-step drop, dumps it underneath. Catch is made at the 42, they'll call it. That is Nikai on the reception.
And that little play in the middle of the field behind the linebackers and front secondary seems to be working well for Tacoma. I'd keep using that play.
She's on the sidelines for the moment, is Lily. As they line up with an extra tight end in the backfield, Elliott gets it again. Gets a great block.
Ooh, another block.
Great blocks, and he explodes down to the 22-yard line. It'll be first down, tackle made by Swift.
Now, Elliott's starting to heat up here. It could get interesting then for Tacoma. Ooh, look at them.
Great block.
That's a huge 47, 45.
And then the other tight end. Wow. Even on a second watch, that play was amazing.
Definitely. See the fullback blocking and tight end blocking there. They won their jobs.
And they come out in the same formation. Defense shifts over away from the strength of the formation. And they'll throw out of this to Elliott. Elliott's got a blocker. That's Van Leens to tackle. And springs him for 6. Or 4 yards to the 17, second and 6, rather.
We're finally seeing Elliott get, working tonight. He's doing it on the ground. He's doing it as a receiver also. So that's good news for Tacoma.
Bring out 3 wide receivers now. 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top of your picture. Jackson, quick slant over the middle. Oswald, the slot receiver, hauls it in into the first down at the 11.
Once again, they went to that little, play in the middle of the field behind the linebackers, and it's working really well. See if they do that again here.
An I formation, 3 wide receivers. Jackson turns, gives to Elliott up the middle. Gets down to the 9 and pick up a 2. Harper on the tackle for the Rattlesnakes. Tacoma's looking to extend their lead here deep in the Rattlesnake red zone. Jackson, quick drop. Out route, unable to keep a
out of bounds.
2 feet in bounds. It'll be third down and 8.
Might have been a great play because there was, the cornerbacks were playing back once again. He was by himself on the sideline. Just threw the ball a little bit just let him out of bounds a little bit too much there.
Just a little too much for Mr. Hunt, unfortunately. Now they empty out the backfield, go 5 wide trips to the bottom. Dime 3-2 defense from Lincoln. Jackson pumps to the end zone.
Nice.
Touchdown, Rob Hunt. After he misses on second down, he doesn't miss on third down. Second touchdown pass of the night for Jackson.
And that time Tacoma flooded the end zone with their receivers. They were all bunched together in the middle of the end zone. And I wasn't really sure who he was throwing to, but it could have been 19 or number 85. So great catch. And Now Tacoma's up 14-0 here, getting the extra point.
Anthony on for the extra point. 3:38 to go. Snap spot kick is good.
The new kicker is 2 for 2 on extra points so far.
Yeah, that's always good to see, especially a guy in his first game out. The SFLm, I don't think season is winding down for season 8. But it's never too late to create your player and get involved in the next class. Don't forget, the Season 20 rookie draft takes place December 17th and 18th. So don't miss your chance. I know player creation is closed for the moment, but rookie draft is something that everybody looks forward to, even the teams that are full.
Yes. We get to draft one player this season, so I'm excited.
For the first time in franchise history, the Motor City V8s are completely full, something that's never happened. So I'm going to be in a bit of a strange position as Lee catches it out of the backfield, picks up 5 yards. On first down, 2nd and 5.
Congratulations on that, Colin.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of a big deal. You know, when you do it the first time, you know, it's always sort of like neat, because we've always had to draft at least one guy. Speaking of draftable guys, here's Logan Lee trying to get outside, only picked up 1 before being swatted down
by Angel Maldonado with a big hit there. 2-way player from Houston.
He's a good-looking player. Headhunters have a good one on their hands. Number 25 in blue. 3rd and 4. Kenny Slater, he's got to pull something out of the tag. He's back to throw. Ducks under 1 set. Gets rid of it, and it's complete for the first down. Oh my goodness. John Fullerton caught that one after Kenny Slater pulled the Houdini act.
Yeah, I thought Slater was, sacked there for a second. Then I saw the ball come. I'm like, whoa. Great play by Slater.
I think 3rd down conversion from the Rattlesnakes as we're fast approaching the 2-minute warning. Putbacks, 2 wide receivers. They'll try to run a shovel to Lee, but it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Logan was open, but unfortunately the traffic in front prevented the completion.
It's a little dangerous there, Colin.
Trying to get a little sleight of hand trick going, almost worked. Here's 2nd and 10 from the Lincoln 47. Back to throw. Complete. This is Murphy's 2nd grab of the game. Sets up a 3rd and 2. We'll see. On the other side of the 2-minute warning. Tacoma in front by 14. Lincoln on the move. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Critical mass sequence here for the Rattlesnakes. Down by 2 scores, trying to make something happen. Press coverage look from Tacoma. You can practically see 9 of the 11 defenders on your screen. As the throw, oh, it's going to be a yard short. The catch was made. I think that was Fullerton's 2nd catch, but he stopped a yard short of the sticks. They're lining up to go for it.
They do.
And Lee, 1st down and more. He explodes his best run of the night. Down to the 19. Clock running. His longest run of the day. He's up to 59 yards now.
I like that move. Very aggressive by Lincoln here. going forward on 4th down and converting, getting a bigger run out of it.
They got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Fast approaching a minute. They're taking their time, though. Sort of strange. Now we're under a minute to go.
They snapped the ball.
Slider throws.
Oh, no.
Dropped. It's dropped by the tight end out there who was wide open. Perry didn't have a soul within 10 yards of him.
Did he hear footsteps? Did he hear people approaching him? I don't know. It was like the ball was thrown right to him. You gotta catch those at this point in the game. It did stop the clock.
Other tight end. Well, at least, yeah, it does stop the clock. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Slider, 7-step drop, going to the end zone, knocked away. Beautiful deflection on the play by the Grizzlies defender out there. That is Nano Matthews.
He's very lucky that wasn't picked. It's been very disheartening at this point in the game.
Got a good number out there, number 39.
Why is that a good number? Why is that a good number, Colin?
Well, that's the number I wore for many years as a DB before transitioning over to defensive line, where I wear 62. Here's Slider, throws. Oh! Dropped the catch made. Walker could have had the first down, but I think the Rattlesnakes will have an opportunity for 3 here as Kiefer trots on the field for the field goal.
The first time we've seen Kiefer on the field to get some points on the board.
Michael Melton is the quarterback. This is from the right hash. Ball spotted at the 25. This will be about a 30-yard field goal. Snap, spot, kick. They say it's from 35, and it's good by Kiefer. So the Rattlesnakes, following a big 4th down conversion by Logan Lee, able to get on the board, although it's 3 instead of 7.
Yeah, it's positive momentum going to the locker room at halftime. You got some points on the board. It's still a 2-score game, but
kick is away. Return, winding and meandering up to the 29. 38 seconds left, and I imagine Tacoma will just sit on this one to go in the locker room up by a couple of scores.
To get a big run play out of Elliott, I see the same thing happening.
Got a 1st and 10 from 29, 38 seconds left. Blitz being shown by Lincoln. And they don't bluff. Elliott gets the ball and will only get 1 yard off the spin maneuver. It'll be 2nd and 9. And it looks like the Grizzlies are content to go up to 14-3 into the half.
See if they even snap the ball here because they don't have to.
King Jackson, 177 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 to Nakai and 1 to Hunt. And they will snap it. An opportunity. Elliott almost dropped the ball. His 2nd drop. And he almost dropped it right in the hands of Swift. Clock stopped with 3 seconds left.
I cannot believe they even passed the ball at this point in the game. It's like you're ahead by 11 points. What are you doing? Just give the ball to Elliott. Let him run the field. They're going to pass again here.
Well, they're certainly getting the press look they want. Jackson has to be careful. Throws this ball down the field. It's knocked away. And we'll go into halftime. 14-3. Tacoma in front of Lincoln. Ray, I'm curious your thoughts on that first half.
Well, in the beginning of the game, both defenses, played to their strength. Lincoln was running the ball. Tacoma was passing the ball. As the game went on, they opened up their playbooks and they started, running more balanced offenses. So, they're doing much better. They're moving down the ball down the field. Lincoln just can't find the end zone. Look at the passing yards for Tacoma.
Total yards pretty much tell the story, but the one turnover, the big difference so far.
If it wasn't for that turnover, I think we have a 21-3 game at this point. So Lincoln's defense stepped up big there. Let's see what adjustments they make and see if the momentum come out of the locker room.
Tacoma receives the ball to start the second half. It's interesting to see what happens.
I'm just glad Tacoma finally got Elliott going there.
As you see the highlights scroll across your screen, Luke Swift leads all tacklers with 7. No quarterback sacks today, although we did get a near sack that Kenny Slider somehow managed to escape out of.
I still don't know how he even threw that ball. The ball came out of nowhere.
Start of the second half, Wyatt Anthony to kick off. We'll get to see how strong his leg is. Once again. Returned by Walker up to the 30-yard line, and the Rattlesnakes got 3 on their last offensive possession. Let's see if they can get 7 to narrow the gap. At 1st and 10 from the 30. Better. Less than 50 yards passing in the first half. Changes to play at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Deep out. Catch made. Out of bounds. Willie Tabor Jr. pick up a 6th.
And number 35 was in great position to make a play on the ball. He just couldn't get up. The ball was just thrown slightly over his head. Great catch there by the receiver.
Great catch indeed. It sets up a 2nd and 4 at the 36. Just underway. Tight formation. First time we've seen this today. One receiver in the wing. And they run to the fullback to try and cross him up, but they lost a yard. This came back to the 35.
I think that's Kane Hunter's first carry of the night. A little trickery going there with Lincoln.
Trickery was tried, but didn't work. Slider. Operating out of an empty backfield, 3rd and 5. Back to throw as a clean pocket throw from fires downfield. Catch is made, broken tackle down the side. 2 broken tackles. And the Rattlesnakes get a touchdown on one big play. Brian Murphy, the tight end, in the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln.
Yeah, great job by the O-line. Giving Kenny Slider all day to find an open receiver. And once he found one, tight end did his job, broke a tackle there. Broke another tackle here. He was just off to the races. Nobody could catch him.
One of those tackles broken was Remington James, 2-way player on Fort Worth. And all of a sudden, Lincoln has the opportunity to make this a 4-point game, pending the extra point.
They had some great halftime adjustments there.
This is Kiefer on the extra point, is up and good. So with 10:06 to go in the opening of the first half, it's now a 14-10 game as Lincoln storms back on one big play.
Now we got ourselves a ball game, Colin. Let's see how Tacoma answers.
Got a kickoff from Kiefer. He's got a pretty decent leg.
Yes, he does.
Ball will be down just past the 10 at the 9 and returned up to the 28.
decent return there, too.
By Fallworth. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies there. King Jackson, 2 touchdown passes, 177 yards in that first half. JB Elliott, well, he didn't get a lot of carries. He certainly made a huge impact with them. As they'll throw it out to Elliott again. Trying to make a juke, broke a tackle, but only picked up 2. 2nd and 8.
Not a bad play on first down. I think we're going to see more airing out here by Tacoma.
And they go heavy.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Considering how they threw the ball all over the yard. Elliott gets the carry, and he's stacked up behind his lineman for a loss of 1.
Lincoln had 7 people in the box. Everybody stayed home. Got penetration through the O-line. Came up with a big hit and a big stop.
Tackle made by Jaron Mosa, the other defensive end, for the loss. And now here we see the shotgun. Here's
straight.
Jackson. Oh, way short of the sticks. Delaying the tight end, he'll pick up 2, but nowhere near the first down marker. And all of a sudden, Ray, this game is turned on its head.
Yes, Lincoln has a lot of momentum here. Came up with a big, scored a touchdown. Came up with a big stop. What's in the, Tacoma to punt. She ended up in a pretty good field position here also.
Rush on, they nearly get there. Fair catch made at the 36. The SFL network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community. The SFL's greatest game from the archive, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Just announced this week, ESTV is now live on Prime Video and a free app. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android, iPhone, or through your smart TV before season 20 today. Now the shovel pass works to Logan Lee, and he explodes for 7 yards to the 44. They'll set up a 2nd and 3.
I still think that's a very dangerous thing to do. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh.
But I agree. You're sort of doing that at your own risk.
Another heavy set here.
2 tight ends, 1 receiver. Play action.
Ooh.
And the sack is made. Jacob Creech was in the neighborhood along with another defender, so Creech gets half a sack for his troubles. As he came around on a blitz, and Ray, nobody picked him up.
And Kenny Slider, poor man, tackle from the blind side is always horrible. You don't see it coming.
Along with the defensive tackle, Jason Bourne. Sets up a 3rd and 8 slider. The empty backfield. 4 TFLs for Creech. Very impressive. Slider steps, throws on one-handed catch. Oh my goodness. And Willie Tabor Jr. is wearing Odell Beckham Jr.'s old New York Giants number. He looked like OBJ that time, all in that pass in.
Did you see what that throw by Slider? Moved up in that pocket, made a, like it was almost like both people were off the ground when he threw that ball.
I think his foot was off the ground. Great throw and an even better catch. 1st and 10 at the 43. Throw down the field. Tabor Jr. unable to haul that in as Jason Bourne flying the heat from his defensive tackle position. 2nd and 10.
If that ball was thrown at 3 defenders, basically, the receiver was nowhere near it.
Here's Bourne set up, ready to go to battle again. 2nd and 10.
Bourne's a big dude, 6'4" and 320 pounds.
Quick drop from Slider going deep. Oh, the defender went parallel with the receiver. and actually made a better play on the ball. John Fullerton, the intended receiver. Nano Matthews making easy work of that swat down to 3rd and 10.
Also, it was like they were in sequence, like, synchronized swimming. They both just jumped for the ball at the same time and landed at the same time. Kind of pretty.
Oh yeah, it was pretty to look at, that's for sure. 3rd and 10, Slaughter converted a 3rd down last time from this exact formation. Let's see if he can do it again. 6-step drop, clean pocket, and the man wide open, spinning one-handed catch. I think that's Murphy, who's out of bounds at the 15. No, that's Fulton again. Boy, that was a coverage bust on the back-end array.
His slider is showing that he can actually throw the ball. I mean, number 88 found himself wide open on the sideline, and a great pass by Slider.
Had to turn around a full 360 behind and to catch the ball, but made it look easy. Tiger Clay saved what could have been an even greater damage, but nonetheless, they're still in the red zone at the 15, 1st down. It's been Kenny Slider doing it with his arm this drive. Post to Logan Lee and his legs. Here's Slider, throws it out to Lee on the backfield. Lee, one spin move, he tried to make 2, but got 5 yards. Regardless, Creech with another tackle. He's piling them up.
I like Logan Lee there. No matter what happened, he just kept taking his speed, he kept moving forward. Those feet never stopped.
There's Murphy. He had the big touchdown reception to sort of change the complexion of this game. Slider, deep drop. Going for the outcut. Ooh, real dangerous. Knocked away by Remington James. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 11.
And Remington James, a two-way player from Fort Worth, coming with a big deflection there at free safety position. Look at the Tacoma defense. They have an interesting match. They have 2 cornerbacks, 2 free safeties, and 2 strong safeties on the field.
Very interesting indeed. We're seeing a nickel 3-3 defense alignment. As they run the toss to Lee. Ooh. That's not going to go anywhere. In fact, he may have lost a yard. No, they said no gain. Well, they marked it 4th and 6. He might have lost an inch. Kiefer on for his 2nd field goal attempt. Remember, he made 1 toward the end of the 1st half. This one in from a little bit closer.
Now, if I guess you have to take the points here. I always want to go for it in the red zone for some reason.
From Latat, snap, spot, kick. Is on the way. Good from 28. Welcome in to King Jackson, even though he said he was late. He had to rewind to see those 2 DV passes in this game. That's okay, buddy. As long as you're here, that's the most important thing.
You can rewind during a live game. I guess you can.
And here's the kickoff by Kiefer from the 30. Return up to the Tacoma 30. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, plus all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6, SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. SimulationFL.net, your home for everything SFL. King Jackson back to throw, and this throw is out of bounds. Rob Hunt has had a couple. That's the 2nd time he's been let out of bounds by his quarterback.
And so far in the 2nd half, we have 10 unanswered points by Lincoln on the board, and someone's got to put something together here. Right now, Lincoln has all the momentum.
See what the Grizzlies do is Hunt. 7 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Do they start leaning on J.B. Elliott perhaps a little bit more? They will here, but he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Great tackle on the play. Anthony Robertson, the defensive end, 6'4", 272 pounds, making a stop on the line of scrimmage. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10.
He's one of the lighter defensive ends. He's probably a pretty quick guy for his size.
Jackson out of bounds, but only 4 yards short of the sticks. He picked up 6, but needed 10. Probably should have run that play in 2nd down instead of 3rd down.
Yeah, that was bad play calling.
And the Grizzlies, just when you think they had all the momentum coming out of halftime, and straight points by Lincoln, all of a sudden has the Rattlesnakes all of a sudden on the front foot instead of the back foot.
Yeah, but the Tacoma defense has got to be a little tired at this point. They've been on the field a long time in the second half.
It's almost the reverse of what we were seeing in the first half, as the Rattlesnakes will start on the 31.
Well, Lincoln has changed up their offense altogether. They become kind of pass heavy now, which is kind of surprising for them, but seems to be working.
Lee has 16 carries, 58 yards, including that big 4th and 1 play to get them their first points. Here's Lee, carry number 17. Ooh, picks up 6 yards. Had good blocking downfield. Down at the 37, 2nd and 4.
Just when I said they were starting to pass the ball, they run.
Jacob Creech in the chat looking for an offensive hold on that play. And they give up the middle to the fullback Kane, and this time he plows ahead to the 40. Pick up a 3. It's his 2nd carry. He's at 2 yards net now. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Give it to Kane in here, get the 1 yard.
And they do try to give it to Kane, but he's just stopped short of the stick. Creech again. He's had himself a game tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he's near the top of people's lists to be voted on for the minor league all-star game.
Do we have a minor league all-star game? Is that something that actually exists?
I believe Axel Raven hosts one, and I believe the voting has been ongoing. I don't know if he's eligible, but he certainly made his all-star case tonight in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, all these players out here just looking to be drafted.
No, that was Matt Brown, not Jacob Creech. Matt Brown has had a big night.
These players are just trying to make a name for themselves tonight. They're on the field showing the scouts what they got, looking to be drafted.
Yeah, it's not only on the field attributes that most teams are looking for when they draft guys, Ray. It's Elliott pops it through the middle, picks up 7. It's some teams, I know us in particular, we're looking for a locker room fit, not necessarily active people, so to speak, but we're looking for good, high character folks that sort of fit in with the culture that we've built over the course of time, as much as skill fit.
We have the same philosophy, Colin. We rather draft somebody that we like, that gets along with our players. We can fix their build.
Hunt, ooh, no, that's Nakai. She caught that one out of bounds. Jackson again leading his receiver too far, sets up 3rd and 3. Critical pivot point for Tacoma. They gotta get this first down to give their defense a bit of a break.
Yeah, they can't afford another 3 and out here. They gotta convert. Heavy set.
See what they go with here. Blitz being shown. Swing out to Elliott. Gets upfield and gets past the first down marker by a few yards to 33. JB Elliott showing off his skills. He should be one of the guys that should be drafted real high. at the running back position. He, along with Logan Lee, have been outstanding for their respective squads here this evening.
Yeah, we saw a lot of running back shifts in the SFL this year. Who knows?
Jackson sets. Elliott on the screen has blockers. Picks up 6 yards. Good blocks by Brown, and I believe that was number 61 Talbert out there. Sets up a 2nd and 4 as we are fast approaching 40 seconds and counting in the third. Jackson under center. Quick drop. There's another out. This time Hunt stays in bounds and turns upfield to the 49 where he'll be knocked out of bounds. Clock stopped at 29 seconds on Jonte Jordan on the tackle.
And Lincoln's just given too much room on the sidelines, and their cornerbacks are playing back. They can do that little out route all day.
I didn't see another initial for the Brown. Let me check the roster. Number as the throw to Mackay is good for the first down to the 40. Oh yeah, that was Matt Brown out there. He must have slipped in the offensive huddle as we reach the end of the third quarter. Put your 4s, 86s, and 12s up in the chat. 14-13, Tacoma in front, looking to end the season on a high note. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Ooh, that pass deep down the field knocked away by Jordan, number 24. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Colin Northrop, Rochelle Colston, here in the broadcast booth, Cameron Irvine, our executive producer. Been an entertaining one so far.
I think my internet's back. Sorry about that, Colin. A little technical difficulties there.
No problem. Jackson will change the play to the line of scrimmage. 6-step drop, dumps it off to the fullback Will, and Will pick up 2 yards. You see the quarterback comparison there. Both QBs keeping it clean, although Jackson has the edge in yardage and touchdown passes. He's now up to 222. 3rd and 8 from the 38 of the Rattlesnakes. Jackson in the gun. He'll be trying to get it himself through the air. He's back to throw. Short underneath. Oh, that's not going to do it. Tackle made it to 34. Long way to go for that one. And unfortunately for Tacoma, though, too long for a field goal, so they might have to punt.
Unfortunately, I think they're out. Are they trying for the field goal here? No, they're playing.
Trying to play the field position game. Remember, Lincoln only needs a field goal to take the lead. They not led all game. But this punt bounces back and down at the 3. So the punter does a great job, but the gunners do an even better job of letting the ball bounce. Instead of bouncing into the end zone, it bounces back.
A nice little bounce there for Tacoma. Now, don't look now, but Lincoln could be in trouble here.
1st and 10 from the 3. They got to be real careful. They'll give out the Logan Lee to start, and Lee, they say they'll mark him down at the 4. Thibodeau, number 92, went on the tackle, and he was like a cowboy trying to grab a steer. He just hopped on the back of Lee and hung on until he got down.
It was one of those Cajun names. I wonder if he's from Louisiana. Ooh.
Certainly looks like it. It's Brown again on the tackle. Number 51 bringing Lee down back at the original line of scrimmage, the 3-yard line.
Brown's having himself a night, making a name for himself there out in the field today.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with the play of defensive lines like Bourne and Thibodeau just swallowing up blocks as they run a toss to Lee out of the end zone. He gets tackled at the 2, and that is for the second play in a row by Brown.
Okay, now if you're linking, you're gonna be punting from the back of your end zone. If I was Tacoma, I'd bring it here. I go after the punter.
Look, he's barely out of the back of the end zone, so this
his
is gonna
feet
be
are right above that line.
Real short snap. Oh, this ball's gonna land. Tacoma's gonna get it at the Lincoln 28-yard line.
Basically, they could be already in field position at this point in the game. Wow.
8:14 to go.
How about flipping the field?
Let's see what King Jackson does with it. He's under center out of the empty backfield.
He's throwing all the way here. Wow.
Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 7-step drop, has a clean pocket, steps up, fires. He's got a man open down the field. Touchdown. Bob Long, the tight end. And in one play, they extend their lead out to 20-13.
In that time, that the O-line just stepped up, gave King Jackson plenty of time to throw the ball. Number 86 in the middle of the field, wide open, and he just muscles his way to the end zone after that. Great route there by the tight end.
Man who was covering him there, and a much smaller Swift. And Wyatt Anthony on to try the extra point attempt. With 8:08 to go in the game. That was a brilliant defensive and offensive complementary sequence there by the Grizzlies. And if you're Lincoln, the river, the boulder just rolled back down the hill, Ray. That's the best way I can put it.
Yep, I mean, it took them a long time to get it going in the second half, but finally, with 8 minutes left, they managed to put some points on the board.
Kickoff by Anthony. Set now. Rattlesnakes down by 8. Kickoff is short to the 15. Up the middle to the 31. Catch the SFLm semifinals Saturday, December 10th at 8:45 p.m. to see who moves on to the SFLm championship game on Friday, December 16th ahead of the SFL draft. Watch games live on SFL YouTube, and thanks for a great SFLm regular season.
We still have a one-score game, Colin. Plenty of time left. This is still anybody's game. Let's see what Lincoln does here.
Any slider adjusting the play. Logan Lee gets a big hole, but a nice tackle made. Look who it is again, right? Matt Brown.
Matt Brown has been all over the field tonight. He's making some big plays defensively. He'd be happy to be my defensive MVP of the night.
Yeah, for Tacoma, absolutely. As Slider is under center. Get to Logan Lee again, and Lee gets popped after...
And look who it is!
A 1-yard gain.
And another tackle by Matt Brown.
It was not tackled by Brown. Instead, it was tackled by Shepard Varkarian, the other strong safety. Sets up a 3rd and 6 slider. With 4 wide, quick drop. It's got a clean pocket, throws right to the and intercepts it. Oh my goodness. The Grizzlies get the turnover. This is number 23, King Bradshaw, the free safety. The ball was thrown right to him, Ray.
He was kind of surprised. He's like, oh, I'll tap it. Oh, I'll catch it.
The Like at first he's like, oh, I'll tap it. And then it's like he saw how far the ball went and he's like, oh, I grab it.
What a turn of events here for Lincoln. Jeez. Tacoma's on the 33-yard line of Lincoln here.
Only the third turnover all year for taken away by the Grizzlies is Jackson. Steps up, goes deep. Oh!
Has to give it back.
Ham Anderson almost got it back for his team. Rob Hunt, the intended receiver.
That was just just jump that route. Got in front of the receiver.
Played that almost perfectly, but alas, hit him in the hands, could not come down with it.
He's probably eating popcorn on the sidelines before, during his break.
Single setback is Elliott. Jackson throws again down the middle, tipped in the air. Ooh,
wow.
Almost caught by Lincoln as the pass was intended for the other tight end. And the man who had his hands on it for Lincoln, Dimitri Montezuma.
Yeah, maybe the three defenders there just kind of playing hot potato with that football.
He's got to be careful here as they line up on 3rd and 10. Even a couple of yards will probably get him into decent field goal range. Jackson over the middle, Hunt first down to the 15.
If he decided he wanted more.
Comes up at the end, another reception.
What a great route. Throws right over the defender's head. Perfect pass and caught him in stride there.
Ball at the 15. 6:33 and counting to go in this game. Empty set in the gun again. Elliott split wide as a receiver. Jackson, threw it right to the linebacker, Jason Clay, who was signed in week 3. I remember his debut game because I called it. That guy was all over the place that evening. And he knocks that one down, 2nd and 10.
And Tacoma's throwing a couple of dangerous passes in the middle of the field on this drive. Be a little bit more careful.
They go 3 wide receivers. Jackson. 2 backs in the backfield. Elliott's on the give. He's tackled in the backfield at the 16 for a loss of a yard. Charles Michael, the defensive tackle, 6'3", 303 pounds. Making easy work.
I don't agree with that play. I mean, 2nd and 11, and you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
3rd and 11. Jackson to the end zone. Touchdown. Rob Hunt, his 2nd of the day.
That was a beautiful play. The O-line gave him plenty of time. Ran a route to the back of the end zone. Got behind the defender.
Right over the outstretched arms of Jonte Jordan.
That was a bang-bang play for sure.
Daniel Wright, a Grizzly alumnus, cheering on his old team as Wyatt Anthony to tack on another extra point. He's been perfect in that department and continues to be so.
I'm looking at Tacoma's receivers. They're all 6. The shortest person on the receiving end is the tight end Bob Long, who's only 6'4". Everybody else is 6'6" and 6'7". Got some huge targets on Tacoma's offense.
Yeah, it's definitely throw the ball up to the tall wide receiver and get it.
I mean, even Lily Lakai, she's 6'6" and 220.
Wow, and we've seen her run down the field a lot tonight, right? That's for sure. As Walker almost busted that open. before he gets tackled at the 35.
Now Lincoln finds themselves 15 points down here with 5:45 left to play.
See what tricks they got up their sleeve.
What are they going to do? They need to do it in a hurry. The clock's just going to be ticking down on them.
As they line up trips to the bottom, they run that toss out to Lee. He's unable to find any room. Blue shirts all over him. Vakarian as well as Matt Brown combined on the stop. It's a loss of 2.
I mean, if you're Lincoln here, you have a long way to go. I start looking for, further down the field to make some plays.
Well, here's a formation they can do it in. They line up and empty. You've seen Slider make some spectacular plays out of this one. Bumps down the middle.
Oh.
Incomplete, but we got a flag. We got several flags down back there. Right as the ball was being tipped. Let's see. We got
face mask.
Face mask on the defense.
I didn't see the face mask.
It's going to be called on Tiger Clay, the two-way player from Minnesota, number 22.
We can see the face mask here. Right
yep,
there.
Definitely grabbed from behind. I guess it's in the opening of the helmet. And they caught him with his hand in a cookie jar. And moves the ball out to the Lincoln 48.
If you're Tacoma, that's the last thing you want to do is give Lincoln any kind of hope here.
Here is the give off to Logan Lee in the backfield. And he does his best just to gain a couple of yards out of it.
And Tacoma's doing a really good job of stopping Logan Lee at this point now. I think they got his number. He's not getting big, huge orders anymore.
Now we're under 5 minutes to go. They give to Logan Lee. He's stopped. And now
Matt Brown.
A hurry-up play.
Another big play by Matt Brown.
Slider underneath. Tackle made at the 46. Couple yards short of Sticks Fullerton on the reception.
Now, if I was Lincoln right here, I think you have to go for it. You only have 4 minutes left. Let's see what they do.
They are lining up to go for it, and they are moving briskly out of the huddle. Empty set, 4 wide receivers in the pattern. Dime, 3-2 defense from Tacoma. Back to throw is Kenny Slider. Down he goes. It's Thibodeau with the sack. Justin Thibodeau. The defensive end comes raining down on Kenny Slider.
Now you have a turnover on downs, and
I look for the Grizzlies just to sit on the ball here with 3:57 left. Perhaps a lot of JB Elliott. Let's see. I don't know.
you got great field position. I mean, do you keep your foot on the gas here? No. Wow.
They do give it, and it's a loss of 3 yards, but the clock for the Grizzlies starts moving. Tackle made on the play.
Yeah, if I was Tacoma here, I would just run the ball, run it 2 more times, punt it. Your defense has been playing really, really well at this point now.
Your defense has definitely returned to form, as well as your offense after being asleep for a little bit in a large part of the third quarter, but fourth quarter, when the pressure was on the most, they definitely turned it up a couple notches. JD Elliott on the carry. Brink almost broke through its tackle. Monzuma hanging on for dear life brings him down to the 41.
Yep, I think you're going to see a very similar play here.
Good comment in the chat from Rob Hunt. It's complimentary football is exactly what it's supposed to look like. The offense picked up The defense picked up the offense, and then the offense picked up the defense. Here's the give to Elliott. Oh, he almost got the first down. They'll say he's a yard short. They'll probably just run this down to the 2-minute warning, right?
I would think so, and then punt up. Be a very, very short punt, but you can Lincoln really deep in their own territory, and
yeah, he pinned him at the 3 last time he had to punt, so I don't blame the coaching staff for going ahead and saying, Landers, do what you did last time.
They gonna snap the ball, Colin. Okay.
And they ran it down to the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube.
We have a 2-score game, 2 minutes left. Lincoln has all 3 other timeouts, but they can do something that they need to do it in a big hurry. They get the ball back.
Yeah. Big throws down the field, particularly Brian Murphy. He's made a couple of big catches this game, but other than those big plays, he's been awfully quiet. As the punt will be down inside the 10 at the 7. They'll mark it down. Remington James down there on special teams, able to down it.
Yeah, Price is going to slide into the end zone.
Stopped his hook slide just short. Must have played baseball when he was a young kid. First and 10 from the 7, 1:50 to go. All 3 timeouts for the Rattlesnakes. And Kenny Slider dumps it off to Logan Lely. Gets knocked out of bounds at the pickup of 6. Clock stopped at 1:45 left. And for Slider, good performance, but that one interception was definitely backbreaking. King Jackson, 4 touchdown passes today.
If you're Lincoln, you have to get down the field. You got to score a touchdown. You got to give that onside kick and score another touchdown. Long way to go here, but they do have all 3 timeouts.
Slider back to throw. Has to dump it off the lead. Ooh, not the best decision, and timeout called with 1:40 left. As he tackle all the way back there at the 8. Angel Maldonado, we've called his name a lot, Ray. He makes the tackle.
If you're Lincoln, I'm not sure what you're doing here. You have to get the ball to the end zone, not 5 yards at a time. You don't have enough time on the clock to do that.
Yeah,
get
exactly.
deeper into that playbook.
Get down the field. And now they line up in the empty. They probably should have done this on the previous down. A slider down the middle, catch made. That is Willie Tabor Jr. out to the 28. Clock running. This is the perfect formation to run from. Slider down the middle, a little curl pattern to Murphy. Picks up 8. They're on the move, but time's a wasting. And Slider goes down in a heap on the second down play. I believe. Yes, that was Jason Bourne.
He actually got the pass off, though. Wasn't a sack. Oh, no, it wasn't a sack.
His arm was moving forward, but at the last second he decided, I'm going to hang on to the ball. Third and 6, 4 wide, trips to the bottom. Rob, I'm making me laugh in the chat with one of the greatest lines from the first Bourne movie out there. Oh, in the pass, it was nearly deflected out. That was Creech who almost had it, and Willie Tabor Jr. almost had it on a ricochet.
It's 4th and ball game here for Lincoln. They can't convert, the game's over.
Empty backfield. 4 wide receivers. Let's see what they call. Slide. Dumps underneath to...
Oh, he got it.
Murphy, he got it. Now under a minute to go.
Clock's just ticking.
Sets. Throws. Slant over the middle, caught. They still have the one timeout. That was Fullerton on the reception. Here's Slut. Post pattern. Murphy cut the ball, but a flag down. As Murphy's tackled at the 20 clock, stopped 36 seconds left, but hold the phone.
Pass
interference, yeah.
They're going to call pass interference. Rattlesnakes will decline the penalty. It's against Maldonado. We get another look at the play.
I didn't see pass interference, did you?
Well, unfortunately for Mr. Maldonado, I think he never turned around to look for the ball, strangely enough. I know that's the letter of the rule, but I get your point saying it's not the spirit. 36 seconds left, ball moved to Tacoma 22. Slant down the middle, catch made at the 2. Murphy again out of the bunch.
It was 25 seconds left on the clock here.
Rose in the end zone, Murphy touchdown. No, that's Fullerton. Catches the little 2-yard pass. It'll make things just a little bit closer. John Fullerton making it look easy.
Hey, ran a great route, found himself wide open in the middle of the end zone. Now, I mean, a little bit of life left in this Lincoln here, but they only have 21 seconds left on the clock.
It's going to make it an 8-point game. But you're right, the clock's not on their side, and they have one timeout. And one of the members in the Nightwing staff says that's why we call him Mountain Murphy. And he's definitely a mountain man at 6'5", 250 pounds.
Definitely. Let's watch this onside kick here, Colin.
Efer. Ball bounces. Ooh, I think. I'm not sure who got it.
Me either. Tacoma has it.
I think Tacoma did get it at the Lincoln 39. Yep, I see Jackson out there, and the offense is probably going to have a couple of kneel downs. They finish the regular season at 3-5. Lincoln drops to 2-6. Both these teams were eliminated from the playoff hunt, but for one of them anyway, they'll feel some positive momentum going into the offseason.
Definitely, and this game, for all technical purposes, this game is now over. The kneel down here, and I should run off the clock.
King Jackson, 287 yards, 4 touchdown passes, quarterback rating over 123.
Wow.
And they're going to kneel this out, and folks here in Tacoma, the Grizzlies may not be going to the postseason, but they're going to be going home happy. Final score, 28-20 over the Lincoln Rattlesnakes.
It's a fun game to call. Exciting towards the end.
They can look at the post-game stats and numbers. Actually, Lincoln gained more yards, but that was really on the strength of they outrushed Tacoma, but ultimately it was pretty entertaining. As you said, Ray, as Brian Murphy had this big touchdown to get his team going when they were down 14-3 on the first drive of the third quarter. That really changed things.
But, at the end of the day, Tacoma never gave up the lead. They led the whole entire game. Valiant effort by Lincoln to try to come back.
John Fullerton with a big catch. But King Jackson, well, he was just royalty tonight. There's a touchdown pass to Lang. Rob Hunt finishes with 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. King Bradshaw with the tip pick. He did all himself. Matt
that was
11 tackles. Luke Swift 10 tackles. Just impressive numbers.
Ethan Moore with 1.5 sacks.
Justin Thibodeau with 1 sack. Kenny Slater, 2 touchdowns, 280 yards, plus the interception. Murphy did come up big. It'll be interesting to see how his career progresses in the majors. Play the game is
King Jackson, I figured that.
31 of 42.
My QBR.
Quarterback rating of almost 124. For those of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrop. My partner has been Rochelle Colston, Gavin Irvine, Ben the executive producer. Good night, folks. Enjoy the rest of the minor league games. Enjoy the rest of the offseason.
Have a great day, everybody.